And we go to the polls next on this. And it's important to note that these polls are advisory polls only that you can vote for in-game on this.
And which I think is the way polls should be done.
Go ahead, Sir Jones.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just saying we're not old school. This is not guaranteed content. There is no, if it passes 76% or whatever it is, then this will definitely be implemented.
Yeah. Now, I feel like we are potentially walking into a trap here by polling these, and if an option wins and then they go for the opposite path, I feel like there's going to be a complete lack of credibility in any polls going forward on this, even though they do say that they are advisory on here. And I don't know what the ultimate outcome of this is going to be. And I think we're fortunate that for 3 out of the 5 questions, we have a fairly clear majority swinging one way or another on these. That's probably the way that Jagex should go on this, though they could do something else entirely on that. So I just wanted to underscore again as we go into this: advisory, not guaranteed content.
Yeah, I mean, the more overwhelmingly positive, or inversely negative, but looking at the actual results, the more positive they get, the harder it is for Jagex to go the other way. Because, yeah, it ruins their credibility. Like, we look at the first one, should Master QuestScape be added? 72% of people say yes. If Jagex doesn't do that, they look really bad.
Yeah, and I was honestly...
the vast majority of your player base.
Yeah.
I was honestly not expecting this one to be passing with such a large majority.
No,
but
me
if it
neither.
trimmed, I mean, it's a bit higher than I thought. I would have thought sort of 60-40, but I really do think there's, it is part of the actual term completionist is completing a game. So a trimmed completionist, you should have to have completed the Master Quest capes with all your mini quests and all that, all the lore in the game, which is tied to that Master Quest cape. I still do think, I mean, I've got it, but I still do think some of the sort of fighting achievements, like getting the drop from Nex and things like that, should be made easier, or there should be an alternative for people who don't want to do that side of things. Because the Master Quest cape was sort of bought out as the skiller's completionist cape. Sort of, it was sort of called that at the time, but I as a trimmed completionist, I do think you should have completed everything.
Zerdones, where do you fall on this one, having Master Quest and going for trim right now?
I am very torn. So first off, like I'm also very surprised that this is passing so heavily. Because, like, conceptually is the wrong word, but mechanically, Trim Comp and Master Quest are very different capes.
Yeah.
Like, how you get Trimmed Comp is basically you throw time at a wall, and you just do everything you need to do for hours and hours and hours, and you just get it.
Whereas Master Quest is more like a shopping list, right?
Well, more specifically, Master Quest is very RNG. There's a lot of requirements on Master Quest that are go and kill a thing and pray for a 1 in whatever drop. It's very RNG heavy, so it can be very demoralizing for that reason. Like, I think Last Riders is the preeminent example of that. The lore book dropped by King Black Dragon, which is 1 in 2,000 drop. And then it has bad luck mitigation. It's guaranteed at 2,000 kills, or 20, or whatever it is. It's a very large number of kills. You're guaranteed to get it, or you roll the dice and you get this very low chance drop very quickly. There's a lot of wrecks like that. So it's very. I was expecting it to not pass because I expected most people to be like, I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, same.
I don't want AFK Adamant Dragons for 6 hours.
And I also thought there'd be a class of trimmed completionist that would not want this added to trim comp because it's just so different and it's in a different league than the rest of the requirements. But there is an alternative point of view on this. And I don't know if this was posted in producers or he told me this, but Thaxi again said that, he didn't think that this should be added to trimmed comp, because so many of those Master Quest achievements are go talk to somebody after you do this quest, or they fall into that same RNG category on that. Yeah. And that just makes how you get them so different than trimmed.
Yeah, but there's a lot of pick up a lamp from Wahisatel after doing XYZ quest. That is true.
Yeah, but to also be fair, I mean, their comp cape, which is the main one that they go for, has all those extra bonuses on it for their fighting. Trimmed doesn't give them any extra bonuses. It's there to show that I understand and play every single part of the game, and that includes the lore and your quests and your mini quests and all that type of thing. So, I mean,
but does it though? But does it? Is that really what the definition of trim is? And this is a bit of a preview about where we're going to go after on this.
Exactly. And that's the thing. A completionist, the definition of completionist definitely means that that's what you do. But if they change the name, then then we're talking about a different thing. But under the name that they're using it now as a trimmed completionist cape means that you have done everything in the game. You've completed it. You've done the quests. You've done the fighting. But does it
even mean that?
Well, that's what it should mean. That's what I'm saying. Completionist.
Okay, that's what you think it should mean.
In the dictionary, means yes.
Okay. Tanis, what do you vote on this one?
I almost have to look at it like trophies on PlayStation, right? Or to get the highest stuff, you have to have done everything, including the weird, goofy things. So, I'm with the majority on this.
That it should be added, and that's the same thing that Earth said, is that in his view, there is no reason how you should be able to get the cape that says you've completed RuneScape without completing the lore through the Master Quest. But on the same thing, there's the two alternate sides that User Dones and Thaxi has also alluded to, that, there's lots of just go talk to one person, or, grind this for, some amount of time and you get the RNG out of it.